Hello everyone. Right, so I've tried to invite Ryan already, but this live thing's useless. It really is. I'll try again. We'll send out some normal old run-of-the-mill invites here. See if we can get some of you guys along to have a bit of a sticky beak at what we're going to do today. Right, I've got some invites. Someone's already joined. Feel free to say hello so I can see if these comments are working. That'd be lovely. Comments have got a bad habit of not working. Right, let's see if we can add Ryan to the chat. Just joined us. Thanks for being here, Chris. Right, I've pushed the buttons. Let's see if this works. Hopefully we get Slinky's face just here. There he is. It worked.
How's it going, Johnny?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Yes, lovely. So I've got some stuff prepared. I don't know what we're going to get through, but I've got stuff prepared. I know you're pretty busy this morning. Well, this morning, tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Lars has joined us. Luke's joined us. Adam's joined us. How are we, fellas? Right. So
Finally on in here.
it's good. It's excellent. I tried to send out invites, but Facebook's stupid. I tried to actually add you to the video before it started, but Facebook's stupid. Your name wouldn't even pop up. So how is everyone today? Sorry, mate. Oh, he's spat the pig. Spat the pig already. So I'm just finishing my coffee. Hope you don't mind.
I do.
So Luke's just said, geez, with those two shirts, you sure you're not the Wiggles? You know the Wiggles are, don't you? Elma's joined us. Thanks for joining, Elma.
I have no idea who they are.
You've never heard of the Wiggles?
Nah.
You must have.
No.
The Wiggles are a bloody children's entertainment band. They've been around forever, man. Yeah.
Must be an Aussie thing.
Yeah, hugely popular in Australia. I'm sure they've gone worldwide. Surely. Has
Well, you gotta
anyone in the
remember,
comments section? Hey?
I don't have kids, so I really wouldn't know who they are.
Oh, still, you know. Has anyone in the comments section heard of the Wiggles?
If you're not Australian.
No, yeah. Oh, anyone, doesn't matter. We all like to get involved here. So I'm finishing my coffee while you guys join and whatnot. I'm going to do a bit of a. There you go. Elma's heard of the Wiggles. Alyssa loved them.
Hmm.
There you go. So,
No idea.
You need to get on the Wiggles. They're not as good now as they used to be. They've changed. I mean, which is fair enough. The dudes that originally started the Wiggles did it forever. Like, forever. It got to the point, there's this one dude in the Wiggles, Ryan, Asian fella by the name of Jeff, and there's sort of a running gag that he always falls asleep and had a song like "Wake Up, Jeff." And it got to the point where they've been doing the Wiggles for that long. I was starting to wonder if he was going to wake up. So anyway, this is an RC live feed, and we've got well sidetracked talking about kids' bloody entertainment, which is probably what a lot of people consider this to be.
Yeah. I don't know why.
So I'm going to do a bit of a brief explanation, a bit of a how-to on what I do with LEDs, resistors, that sort of thing. I'm not going to dive right into it because there's probably 100,000 things about resistors alone that I don't know. I go to my local electronics shop called JTAR. A lot of you Aussie guys know what I'm talking about. I go down there and I say, I want these LEDs. I'm running this many volts. What resistors do I need? Give me those and I'll go home and put it together. So generally, Chris, that's terrible.
That's what I'm laughing
Come
at.
on, come on now. So yeah, look, if you want to sit down and learn a lot about LEDs and resistors, don't ask me. I know enough to get myself out of trouble. And saying that, I went to my local shop the other day to get LEDs and resistors, and there was a different bloke behind the counter. Oh man, like he was so frustrating that I rang up Christian Oliver and had a venting session. I said, mate, I went to the bloody shop. I went to the bloody shop to get LEDs and resistors and such, and this bloke behind the counter said, "Oh, I'm not really technical." It's like, what are you doing working here, mate? You need to be technical. I need to ask you questions. You tell me what I need, and I buy it. Shops need to hire the correct people.
I was just gonna say you gotta love the shops that hire the ones that don't know anything about RC or anything
Look,
you're shopping for.
yeah, I mean, it's. I did a lot of work in the pet industry with aquariums and such like that. The amount of people I used to deal with in pet shops that had no bloody idea what they were talking about, it's crazy. You can't have people working in your shop that don't know what they're selling. So, anywho, I've got a couple of resistors here. I've got a few LEDs. I've got some wires. I've got my solder on sitting down here. I'll bring it up shortly. And we're going to do a quick how-to. One of the biggest things to make sure that you have heat shrink. Don't go soldering stuff and going, shit, right, mate, what's the worst that could happen? You'll fry shit. That's the worst that could happen. Have heat shrink. For the sake of, I think it's about $1 for a meter, if that. So it's worth getting. I don't know how many RCs I've bought, and you crack it open, and it's just big blobs of solder everywhere with nothing covering them up, and you wonder how it hasn't arced out everywhere. That's a good compliment, though. So what are you doing today, Slinky?
Making straps.
Slinky's making some Slinky straps. How many are you making?
Way too many.
I I hear that you're sending some to Canada, eh? You were going to send some
Maybe.
straps over there? What's that all
Maybe.
about? Now, if I ever do accents, I'm not taking the piss out of anyone. I like lots of different accents, so I do them because it's fun. I'm not taking the piss. Right, so things we've got laying around as well, if you guys want to check it out. I've got a scale barbecue today, or grill, as Ryan likes to call it. Got a scale barbecue. If you
Grill.
want to see that, let me know. I've got the TRX4 sitting down here. If you want to see the bumper, let me know, because we all know how much we like the bumper on that. I've got the camel truck sitting here. I've got the little Bronco sitting here. I want to put the little Ford decals on the back. I've been meaning to do it since I got the truck. Haven't got round to it. That's probably the first thing I'll do today. I've got the cross. There it is. I've got the cross demon sitting there. If there's anything you want to look at on that, let me know. I haven't done anything else on that because I've been too busy doing the camel truck. I still have to paint the engine cover and spare wheel. So, and then I'm going to get the thing out and do some filming. I don't like putting piss on anyone. I sat down the other day and I probably watched 20 videos on that truck there, and they're all shit. So I'm I'm going to go out. Oh, they're really bad. Like, and then I don't want to put piss on anyone. You ever watch a YouTube video, dude, and you're sort of sitting there going, mate, why did you upload this? Do you know what I mean? Or is that just me?
Probably just you.
Okay. If there's anyone else that watches a YouTube video and you think to yourself, that was crap, mate. Why did you upload that? Let me know. Surely it's not just me that thinks it. It can't be.
Yeah.
No.
I, Luke and Lass, guys, I want to get you straps so bad. I really do. But honestly, the shipping is what is just dragging me down from sending anything, even across the border to Canada. Canada's ridiculous. Like, I've got a potential order on the way, and it's $35 just to ship it across the stinking border.
To ship some straps?
Yes.
Bloody hell.
And to go overseas to where you guys are, I would absolutely love for you guys to have this stuff. I would give you the straps, but you're going to pay me more in shipping than what the straps are even worth. And I hate that. Like, it drives me nuts in my head to know that you would be paying that. And it just kills me that I just don't have the heart to make you pay that much shipping for something I sell for $5 a pair.
What we'll do, Chris, if you want some straps, Luke, you're in Australia. If you want some straps,
Well,
when I'm, wait, let me finish. When our Slinky
those
comes
guys,
over here,
those
I'm going
guys
to
are
get him
coming.
to bring about 50 straps, maybe 100. What do you reckon?
How about I bring the stuff to make them and you can help me make them?
we'll, we'll do a live feed while you're here, and we'll both sit down making straps. Christian said, send in a card like Xmas. Someone, Christian said to Ron the other day, put it in an envelope and send it. I said, send me one pair in an envelope just to see how much it costs. So do it, Ryan. Christian wants a Christmas card. Send him some straps with one. When's your birthday, Christian? I should have said you
By the time they get over there, it will be Christmas.
Christian, I'll hook you up, mate. I've got straps here everywhere. Yeah. Right, coffee's finished. So
Yeah, hey, about those straps there, Johnny. I still haven't seen them on anything.
So now, before you start, I'm going to be using the black slinky straps on the camel truck once I put the scale gear on the camel truck. I ordered decals, bloody excited about that. Ordered decals, so when they turn up, the decals are going to go on, the weathering kits are going to come out. I'm going to mud and dust the truck. I may do a tiny little bit of surface kind of rust on the bumpers, nothing crazy. I'm going to weather it like it's been through a camel trophy, not like it's been sitting in a shed for 100 years and it's just gone to crap. No. I did that with the Jeep, really. So I'm going to weather this thing up just nice. I'm waiting for the decals because I have to weather the decals as well. I can't weather the truck then put nice clean decals on it. Shit. So that's where I'm at with that. So anyway, what I'm going to do first today is brush the dust off the little Bronco. Look at poor little thing. I've got to get this truck out more. I'm going to brush the dust off this. I'm going to put some Ford decals on the back where the lettering goes there. They did come with the truck. I just didn't get around to putting them on. Right. So Ron says, when are the decals coming in? What decals, mate? We have BCRC decals at rcrockcrawl.com. I'll either drop a link in here later, or if Steve Martin joins us, drop a link, mate. Look, they're awesome decals. And I'm not just saying that because they're mine. Like, they're actually awesome quality, which is what I like. I had someone say to me the other day, Ryan, why don't you put in your decals on all your trucks? It's like, because there's certain trucks where even my decals just wouldn't look right. I don't just slap decals on a truck because I've got decals.
Yeah, you don't slap slinky straps on anything either.
I just threw one on the truck. I don't care who you are, but that was funny. Right, let's read some of these comments. Oh, by the way, when I said about the YouTube videos, a few of the boys totally agree with me. Now, just so you know, I don't think my YouTube videos are big whiz bang flashy things. I don't monetize my videos either. I do my RC videos for the fun of it. A lot of people out there monetize their videos and that's all they're after, and that's why the only thing they post in Facebook groups is links to their videos, and that annoys me. I mean, I can't remember the last time I shared one of mine. If you guys want to watch it, watch it. If you don't, I'll go and watch it.
I
I
never
have
watch
times
them.
every now. No, you don't. You're terrible.
If it's over 3 minutes, I can't watch it.
Right. So here's my decal sheet that came with the little Bronco. It appears I have to cut them out. Bastards. I hate cutting decals out.
Man, I'm gonna give you a bloody winker.
Sorry.
Matt's talking trash.
Can't see the comments.
He says Ryan is a bloody wanker.
You can't argue with the facts now, can you?
We gonna have to start this already?
Right, top tip for you lads: if you're cutting out decals, get as close to the actual decal itself without cutting it. If you do jagged, horrible cuts around the outside of your decal, when you put it on your truck, it's going to stick out like dog's nuts that you did a crap job cutting it out. Just a little tip there. No, this is just how they are, Ronnie. Look, Tammy will make you cut out all their decals too, which sucks, bum. What are you? Come on, mate. Tammy will make you cut out their decals as well. So, I mean, this is only a tiny sheet. I did the Tamiya Zaxby Capri body on a little HSP car I did. Fastest ending, Christian and I called it, because it was a cheap car and I wanted to see how quick I could make it. It did pretty well for what it was. Anywho, that was painful, literally painful. My hands hurt from cutting all these bloody decals out from the sheet. It was horrible. But the car
Are the
came
ones
up.
that you get?
Eh?
Are the ones you get from Steve? Are they cut?
Yep. So you just pop them on your truck. Zach's joined us. Thanks for joining, Zach. Matt, sorry, Matt, I didn't see you pop in before. It didn't tell me. So you can blame Facebook for that one. It's not my fault.
It's okay. You don't have to worry about Matt.
Don't have to what?
You don't have to worry about Matt.
No, you worry about everyone, mate. That's what you do. That's the Australian way.
He snacks for my dog.
Does what?
He's my dog's snack.
Right. That doesn't sound dodgy at all. Doug's joined us. Brian Potts is here. I'm not sure, Brian, if I've seen you. I think I saw you coming earlier, mate.
Yeah, he's been here.
What's everyone up to whilst I'm being boring, cutting out little letters for a decal, and Slinky's making Slinky straps? What's everyone doing? That's what I'd like to know.
Watching us be boring.
Don't say peanut butter bride. Don't say peanut butter. Right, I've cut out my decals. Chris is doing some welding. Ron's just clicked about what sticking out like dog's nuts means. Use your X-Acto blade to place your decals. Little tip there. Christian's about to work on a customer's Mustang. I quite like Christian's Mustang.
Typical for
bagged out.
Typical for a Ford to be worked on.
Working on something, mate, doesn't necessarily mean fixing it. It's not a bloody Chevy.
If it was, they probably wouldn't be working on it.
They'd be burning it. So apply your decal to your knife. I know that's back to front. Apply that to your knife. Get it where you want to set it. Push it down. Then you can take your knife with a finer blade, run around the lettering so you can't see any of the clear stuff. It's getting hard to keep up with these comments. They're pumping through. Has anyone got any new trucks on the way? That's a good question for everyone at home. Will I place this F?
Almost.
What are you buying? Right.
I can't let that go yet.
What? We're all friends here.
Can't let that out yet.
Fine, be like that. You have to excuse me if I go quiet while I'm doing this. This is probably the most I ever find myself concentrating because when you're putting on 4 big letters on the back of your truck, sticks out like dog nuts if you're wrong.
I want some pies, Robert.
Joey says tomorrow, hopefully. What do you got? Oh, he's going the TRX4 Bronco. Man, I've got to say, I know I'm a Ford boy and everything, but damn, that body looks good. Good.
No.
Yeah. So Luke's just said he's got the FJ55 hardbody coming soon, which is 3D printed one, and a 334 extra speed Leaf chassis. Did you buy one, mate? I wasn't sure. I can't. You probably told me. You probably did. Zach's saying, don't be stingy. Tell us what you got coming.
Luke? Boy, I hope that wasn't the last one in stock, buddy, old pal.
Is that a hint?
Maybe. A nervous hint.
Luke, when did you buy yours, mate? I do love these chassis. They're brilliant. If anyone wants a sticky beak at mine, let me know and I'll hold her up and give you a bit of a look. Right, I'm now placing the O decal. This is going to be a 2-hour live feed, and I place 4 decals. I think that's right. Not quite. Not quite. I'll just do. I give myself.
No. Luke ordered it yesterday.
Well, did you get it from RC Mart, Luke?
Yes.
Because if you did, all of RC Mart's on holidays for Chinese New Year. So your wait's going to be a little bit longer, mate. A little bit longer. Now placing the R. I'm trying to hurry this up a bit so I don't pull the crap out of you guys.
Luke, did you get the same Sentinel chassis with the metal V8 like Johnny got, or just like the standard 334?
I think he went the same one I've got. He was messaging me the other day about it. I think he wanted the leaf spring suspension setup. So
Well, isn't that just some crap? Cancel your
yes,
order,
Ron.
Luke.
Yeah. Yes, Ron. We both use the same barber. It's called the DIY trimming station. Right, last letter's going on. It's a bit high. It's a bit low. Come on.
Ah, you bum. Return it. Cancel your order. Or you will get no strap.
There we go. Lovely. I like that.
It's crooked.
So that's all the decals I'm going to do on that because I take too long doing it and I'm just going to pull the crap out of everyone. What do you guys want to see next? Do you want to have a bit of a sticky beak at the chassis, the lights, etc. on this truck? Do you want to see the bumper? Everyone loves the bumper. Or do you want me to start? Do you want me to start some soldering such? Yes, I know it's back to front. I can't help that. That's the live feed. If Facebook had any smarts, they'd go mirror the image, but they don't. So, what do you want to see? Are we going to do some soldering stuff? Are we going to look at the camel truck? Are we going to? What are we doing? What are we doing? Actually, what I will do I'll turn on the lights in the camel truck and give you a bit of a look. I'm really quite pleased with how they came up. I'm going to turn on my controller so the truck doesn't race off the bench. I'm going to, here's the truck. I've just got to undo this screw, and there's two on the other side, undo those so that I can take the body off. God, that thing's heavy. That is seriously heavy. Right. How you going there, Slinks?
Strapping away.
Strapping,
Sorry, guys. I'll be mostly quiet for the duration of the feed. I will try to pay attention to comments, even though nobody really wanted me here.
Ron says, how did the bumper project turn out? What bumper project, mate? I changed my bumpers. I changed that bumper. I didn't have a bumper project as such, I don't think. Luke says, Slinky's cranky now. Can you measure the TRX4 D90 and the Camel? The TRX4 is a D110 as well, mate. I believe. What's the wheelbase on a TRX4? I can't remember.
No idea.
I think it's the same as the as this body, which would make sense.
I think it's a little bit longer than the 10 too.
Yeah, it's longer than that. I think it's actually
12.8, I think.
Millimeters. Zach says, how do you weather stuff? I'll tell you what, Zach. I'll drop a link in here. Don't you start. I'll drop a link in here later to a YouTube video I did on weathering stuff like jerry cans and things like that. That's a bit of a crappy one. Weathering some of that sort of stuff. Here's another one. I prefer mine. I'm just going to be a dick and say I prefer mine, and then you're going to get all sassy. Yeah. Don't you sass me, boy. Right, screws are undone. Now I'm going to lift up the body, plug in the battery, pop the body back down, and then show you how the lights turned out. Ron says, did you do a front bumper project a while back? I didn't do a project. I changed the front bumper on my TRX4, and I showed the crap out of it, and everyone loved it, so I showed it some more. That's about what happened. And Ryan gets all, I don't want to see your bumper. Don't you, Ryan? All right.
Here, let me show people something cool. Unlike what you're doing there.
I'm just plugging my truck in.
That was my little project that I worked on last night that I got to finish up.
Ryan's making a gun safe. Right. So the other night I tinkered with the camel truck. Look at the way that moves. Love it. I haven't even fine-tuned the shocks yet. Anywho, so I played with this the other night and installed some rear lights. That didn't help much, really. Installed some rear LEDs, 3 mils in the back. I did the light up dashboard. The dashboards that come with these trucks aren't made to be lit up. You have to cut out part of the dashboard to do it. And I also did the headlights. Now you can't tell on the camera, but I did actually, I dipped the park lights in this stuff. All right, dip the park lights in that. For those of you that can't read backwards, that's X26. Dip the park lights in that, and when it got tacky, I ran the globe around my finger to fog the lens. If you fog a lens, it's not as direct, it's more just drifts outwards. So that's what I did there. Now I'm going to get this body off here, unplug the truck, unplug my lights, which is 2 plugs. I'll show you in a jiffy why. Right. So for anyone that wants a sticky beak at the chassis, I know Luke probably wants to see it because he's got one coming. That's what we're looking at. Man, I love this thing. Love it. Any particular parts you'd like to look at, Ryan? Because I know you want one of these bad boys. Hmm?
I'm good.
What was that? What was that squinty face for?
I was looking at the steering linkage up above the. I couldn't tell if it was above the leaf springs there, but yeah.
Yep. So this is awesome, man. I've had a lot of trucks. I've got a lot of trucks. This is my favourite chassis. It's so weighty in the front, which is just brilliant. It means that when I load up this truck with accessories, I don't think I'm going to have to just panic about it falling over. It's not a truck like this. This truck weighs nothing. This would be lucky to be 1.2 kilos. And it'd probably be about a kilo. That truck doesn't matter if it rolls, whatever else. You just flip back over and keep going. The camel truck's something different. You have to drive
If
with
it rolls,
scale.
right.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know, man. It's like you drive a camel truck slowly. If you can't get somewhere, you use your winch. You think out how you drive. Like I've said before, I've watched a lot of camel stuff lately, researched the absolute crap out of it. There's not that many times where they just punch it. And when they do, it's not uphill. It's generally through some muddy, rutty stuff. Yeah, there's been a few rollovers. There's a couple of guys that have ploughed the Discoveries uphill, slightly on side, falls over. But I don't know. It's just this. I'm so excited about this truck. I can't wait to drive it. I just need to fine tune my shocks. I haven't opened these up. I don't believe there's oil in them, so I'm going to crack those open. I'm going to set them as loose as I can, but I want it so that before it bottoms out, it's got that little squishy dampness to it. I may even cut a small ring of, say, nitro fuel line or something like that, put a little ring of it at the bottom of the shock as a slight little bump stop. So there's that. I get so distracted talking about this truck, it's ridiculous. I have got more goodies coming for this thing. Oh, I do, man. I want to say it's terrible, but it's not, because this is how you should get about a truck. You know, like, as this build's progressed, I will sit there and I'll just look at it and go, that's an awesome truck, man. Like, I love it. I can't wait to drive it.
The, the guys that are watching that are around here and know me, it don't matter what truck I have. I try not to flip it no matter what it is.
Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. If you don't have to break it, why break it? That's what I think. I honestly
I'm
can't
saving
remember the
my,
last time I broke something.
I'm
Sorry.
saving my money by not flipping them.
Yeah. So it's exactly right. There's a lot of people out there, oh, this is crap, it broke. This is crap, it broke. Man, if you didn't drive like a dick, it'd be fine. Anywho's, so back to the whole light kit thing. I'm yet to screw in the front bulbs and such yet, but this is how I've done mine. This is my power for my dash lights and my front lights, and I'll explain why there's 2 separate ones. There's another wire down here. This does the tail lights. Now, I said earlier about resistors, and this is where you come to understand why I've got 2 different power wires in there. I've only got a 3-channel receiver in this truck. So I'm sort of limited with what I can do. I've got a winch coming for it. I shouldn't have to run that off the receiver because it's going to be one of these wireless setups again because they're brilliant. The reason I ran a resistor is because red LEDs require different power to white LEDs. I'm not exactly sure on how much. 2.4 volts is coming to my mind for some reason. I don't know why. Reds use less power or more power. I forget. Anyway, you use different resistors. This here is a resistor. I'm not sure how well this is going to focus. You can see that there's little coloured rings on that resistor. The LEDs in the front of the truck are all white. The LEDs in the back of the truck are red. They use different resistors. So initially, when I first started building a kit, I tried this resistor on the front and it worked. I was like, yay, I can run them all off the one resistor. By the time you add all the lights in series, especially with the reds, when you turn it on, only the reds lit up. That's because the fronts aren't getting enough power. So I had to hunt. I had to hunt and found some more resistors that I had laying around because the non-techie guy at the local electronics shop didn't know what the hell he was talking about. So anyhow, I found some old ones that I had. It was a simple matter of, look, if it doesn't work, I can buy some more LEDs. Put it in, it worked. Brian says red LEDs use less power. So this resistor must be stronger than the resistor that's in the front. So that's why I've got two different power, two plugs. I have the front resisted less so that it gets more power than the back. So resistors, we're going to solder one of these in line with some wire and then a LED.
Now,
So what I'm going to do,
we all know. Now we all
yep,
know
I'm listening.
from one of the live feeds that we did together that I had someone over here doing my lights for me.
Yep.
Now, there are kits that are already wired, correct? So you can go that route.
You can buy light kits for, I think, geez, you can buy a light kit for like $13.
But
But
so my question to you, and
why do
I've
I
been
make
in
them?
and out of, yeah, I've been in and out of listening to you. I don't know if you said there or not, but why are you choosing to do it the way you're doing versus just doing a light kit?
I can go to the local shop, buy, well, actually, a lot of my LEDs lately come from Wish. I can buy 100 LEDs for $2. So there's that. I can also go and buy specific brightness or warmth lights. I went to try and get some warm white lights for this truck so that they didn't look so new. Um, but the non-techie dude he really didn't help. Previously, I've gone there and I've said, look, I want the brightest 5mm LED I can get for this certain truck because it's going to go and do a lot of night driving, etc. And for the most part, they're really helpful. I can just go and say, this is what I want. There it is, done, go home, put it together. I don't know. I feel there's a bit more, there's more a sense of accomplishment if you, because I mean, building a light kit takes time. You know yourself. Um, it takes time. You've got to sit down, work it all out, how you're going to do it, how long each wire's got to be, etc. and so on. Buy yourself a reeler wire. Don't buy like a meter of it because you won't have enough at some stage. You'll hack it and you'll change it and whatever else, and you're going to go, shit, I haven't got enough. Buy rolls, they're cheap enough. Like I did my own motor wires from the front of this truck to the back. I used black wire for the positive and negative. I just made sure I did one at a time. The whole reason being I wanted it to be black. I wanted it so that if you looked under the truck, you couldn't see anything. So there's that sort of stuff to think of too. Right, I'm going to move some stuff around here. I'm going to do a little bit of a soldering. We'll turn the camera down a bit so you can see what I'm doing. I'll try and do it so it's all aimed at the camera. It's really not easy doing this sort of stuff. I'm going to make a bit of noise here, fellas, and unplug my charger because phone's fully charged. Once we do a little bit of a solder, I'll put this this resistor with one of these LEDs or a couple of them. I'll put the positive and negative on it, and then we'll plug it onto the truck that's here, and it should light up and nothing goes pop. Should. there's every chance.
I turn my phone too so y'all can see what I'm doing, but it's pretty boring.
Yeah, but people might like to see it, mate.
Right. Can't give away how to make slinky straps. Are you crazy? You know, I don't want somebody copying my stuff.
Everything's copied somewhere along the line, isn't it? Actually, before you say anything, before I saw your straps, I'd never seen anyone make slinky straps. Well, you know, anything like this. They're actually bloody brilliant. I put a couple of boxes on the back of the camel truck the other day and strapped it down with one. It was like, hey, that's tight. Like you can actually, you can reef on it and get that stuff tight.
They cinch down pretty tight.
I was rather surprised. I was impressed, Ryan. Right, now, what sort of stuff do you need? Got a soldering on here. It's a cheap shit one. I've said in feeds before. I had an expensive one. It shit itself really quick. I went back to my cheap old reliable one. I'm just going to plug this in. If you fellas like, feel free to share this around. If you've got a mate that's got no idea how to solder, this is the video for him. Because now he can have a tiny idea. Sorry?
So just tell them to fast forward an hour into it so they actually see the soldering.
Skip the crap, get straight to the soldering.
Soldering.
Right, I'm going to grab a couple of red LEDs out here. Before I go too much further, here's a little top tip for you. Now, if I get any of this terminology wrong, anyone can correct me at any stage. Now, I don't know how well you'll see this. Focus camera. If you look at that LED, on one side you'll see there's a tiny piece, and on the other side you'll see there's a bigger piece. That's the only way I can describe it. Someone else will know the proper wording. The tiny piece is the positive stalk. The thick piece, which is this side inside the globe, the thick piece is the negative. If that's incorrect, up your bum, because that's how I always done. And it's always worked for me. So, triangle. Yeah, I'll let that pass. That's close enough to a triangle. Right, so I've got my little soldering iron heating up here. I'm going to... This is probably really dodgy, but I'm going to try and do it. I'm going to turn my helping hand around this way, which is not normally how I do it. I'm going to angle my phone down this way a bit. I can't angle it anymore because the phone holder leg's in the way. Right, so first thing I'm going to do, this is the little red LEDs. They're essentially exactly the same as the other ones. Two little triangles in there. Thanks for that, Brian. Two little triangles in there. I'm going to solder up. You can bend these stalks, by the way, too. So I'm going to bend one of the stalks out of the way, put that in my helping hand, and I'm going to solder on a little piece of wire. Now, you can buy wire strippers. I don't have wire strippers. I'm a little bit old school, and I use my cigarette lighter wherever I put that. So I'm just going to have to do this out of the way because my fan here is going to blow the flame out. One lead is longer too. Yeah, the power one. I believe. Yes, the power lead is longer. The easiest way to remember which one's which. Right, going to strip a little wire out. Now I should say, everyone, you've got to tin your wires. I don't do it all the time, if I'm honest, but I'll do it because professionalism. It's not a hugely professional show, this. It's not a show. It's just
professional.
Anywho, to tin wires,
only Russians are professionals.
Add solders to this wire here. And I'm going to put a little bit of solder on the stalk here as well. And then when we marry the two together, we can essentially heat it up, little dab of solder, Bob's your uncle. That's the plan anyway. See if my little iron's hot enough. Yep. So I'm going to do, I've got a little bit of solder on the soldering iron. Just going to heat up that wire, run my soldering iron along it. Touch more. Lovely. That's tinned. I'm going to do the same thing on this here. Heat that up a smidge. You won't get much on these stalks, just so you know. Right. So that's tinned. That's tinned. I'm going to move these about, hopefully in such a manner that it will work. Bend that out a smidge. You can also, just so you know, you can twist your wire around those stalks and then solder it. That's what I usually do. I don't know why I'm doing it like this, because there's probably people out there that are going to go, you can't solder them like that. Yeah, you can. Watch. Watch me. I'll do it incorrectly. Right, so I'm just going to add a blob of solder as I heat all this stuff up, and then sort of run my solder iron back and forwards a couple of times. Well, that split then. That went too far apart. That won't do. If you do your solder and something moves or it's not quite sitting right, put your soldering iron back onto the solder and it will melt and you can move stuff around, and hopefully when you're finished, you are left with a solder and you're left with a strong connection. Solder. If you ever get these little daggies, probably shouldn't do this on this. Slice it a heat. Slice it a heat. Just put it down a bit, because if you've got big daggy pieces, when you put your heat shrink on, the daggy pieces will stab through it, and then you just wasted your time putting heat shrink on it. So that's that. Heat shrinks. Always cut enough to cover the whole project that you've just soldered and a bit more. So I'm going to slide my heat shrink on, sliding that all the way down, covering up everything. So go further past where you've actually soldered. That's probably a bit excessive, but go past it. Straighten that out a smidge. Now what I do with mine, I hold a bit of pressure forwards on the heat shrink, so that when this end melts, it sort of hugs the globe. Don't know if you don't know how well you see that. So the gap's really tiny, and then once that's grabbed, you don't have to push forwards anymore. You can just run your lighter back and forwards a little bit. I'm sure there's other methods of shrinking, but that's how I do it. I'm going to quickly bang on a earth wire. I'll show you the alternative method instead of doing a tinning. I'm not recommending this method. I'm just going to show you what I do when the camera's not on.
You mean I get to see that before I come over?
I meant the soldering. Right, I stripped the wire. Again, half of you guys are probably screaming at your bloody phone going, what an idiot, as if you strip wires like that. Yep, just did it then twice. Right, here's another way of doing it. If you pinch your wire, I don't know how well you can see this for the comments. If you go back and watch this later on, swipe right, gets rid of the comments. You might be able to do it while you're watching. I can't remember. Anyway,
you can
pinch the wire against it, loop this around a few times, give it a bit of a twist on the end. That's going to hold itself there. You don't need your other helping hand helping. And then a little bit of heats.
So does that mean it's just a watching hand?
Yep. There's a slight little run of solder there. That should be Mickey Mouse. And that makes for a nice thin connection too. That's not going to break. Right, another little bit heat shrink. That's the thing with soldering, especially with, excuse me, especially with doing stuff like light kits. It's monotonous. It's repetitive. Like I used to do some massive light kits, and I'd get halfway through, and it's like, man, I'm getting sick of doing this. So you go away, have a coffee, whatever else, come back and keep going. If you sit there and annoy the crap out of yourself, you're not going to enjoy it. Right, I'll give this a bit of heat. Come on, fan. It's a bit warm in the garage. Give that a bit of heat there. Now I can do the rest. Now here's something I like to do sometimes too. I probably won't have the right gear to do it. If you get yourself a slightly bigger bit of heat shrink, slide it over both of these wires, go down, slide it over these. It just looks like one piece. Bingo. But I mean, if it's under the truck,
that's what electric tape's for.
hey?
But that's what black electric tape's for.
Oh no, no, no. Do not cover your truck with black electrical tape. I don't mean to sound like a penis, but it's going to look crap. Right, so there's that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this wire here, and we're going to add in our resistor. Whatever it is, scissors. You can use wire cutters too, but for this small wire, scissors is fine. I'm going to now strip this wire back a smidge. I just cleaned up this desk from making a light kit, now I'm making a pigsty again. Right, where did my resistor go? Here. Now, you can use the whole stalk, but I really recommend it cut some off because that's quite long. So I've just snipped this stalk in half. Now I'm going to do a similar sort of deal that I did with the LED. I'm going to pinch the wire. Oop, didn't pinch it enough. Come on. I'm going to pinch this wire, loop it around a couple of times. I'm going to get my little hand here to hold this one. Quick hit of solder.
Solder.
Solder. You're not allowed to talk while I'm doing this stuff because I lose concentration. I'm going to swing that around this way. Make sure that's all nice and pretty. I'm going to add just a smidge more. I don't know why I'm putting this much effort in because this is all going to pull apart again anyway. Right, so there's that end done. Now, I'm going to twist that up, strip the end off this, and add this back onto the end. That way now, when I put power from the receiver through the wire, it's going to go from the 5 volt that you get with your receiver down to about 3.5 volt, which is what these LEDs like to run at. That's the whole principle of using the resistor. The whole idea is dropping the power that the truck puts out down to the voltage that the lights like. That's what my mind says. If I'm incorrect, feel free to email me at allthews.idon'tcare.com. Right, so I'm going to hit this with a little bit of solder.
Dick.
Something else. Yes, Robert, thanks for joining, mate. I didn't see you come in. I'm about to slide some heat shrink over it. I just want to get a nice sort of length. I don't want to go crazy long with it. All right, so now I'm going to slip some heat shrinks over this. Again, fellas, if you want to share this, go for it. I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there that are scared of soldering. You know, oh, I don't want to do that. I might stuff something up because it's electrical. Heat shrinkies, just to make my life a little bit easier, I'm going to hold that with that helping hand. I don't know if you can see that. Don't overheat your heat shrink, you can burn it. So, we have a resistor.
Am I making too much noise for you or something?
Anyway, we have a resistor in here, we have the red LED there, and we just have now two ends, where the other one is, two ends of the wire. I'm going to strip these back. Strip that back. I need to break the ladder in my garage. I might actually have a plug here I can solder onto this so that I can plug it straight to the receiver and show you how it works. Give these a twist, because otherwise, if you don't, when you try and solder it, one's going to move, then you have a soldery wire that goes out like this, and it will, in fact, give you the poos. Here's what I prepared earlier. I didn't. Actually, I just threw it. I threw it in the drawer earlier. I'm just going to strip lightly the ends off this. This is an old receiver plug. Always keep your receiver plugs if you can, because if you're going to do something like make your own light kit, make your own winch controller, that sort of dealy, having these is bloody handy. Give these a little twist. Now, here's something important. I need to heat shrinks this. I can't slide heat shrink over this, and I can't slide it over the other end because there's an LED attached to it. Slide your heat shrink over the wire before you twist the wires together. So that way, once it's soldered, you can slide your heat shrink back up over everything. Now with this one, you can faff about and try and tin it, or you can pinch it. Give that a couple of good twists. Apparently that wasn't good enough. This doesn't always go perfectly to plan, especially when you're trying to show someone else. A couple of good twisties there. Put that in about. So that's held there. I have. Oh, Cindy's joined us. Hello, Cindy.
Is that Mama?
Hey, Mama. Mama bears, aren't you? Right. So now I'm going to solder up this little positive here. Just nice and gently like. You don't need heaps of solder on. You will learn to see when everything's heated up enough so that the solder seeps into the wires. Once it seeps in, you should be pretty Mickey Mouse. So there's that one done. Solder. I'm going to quickly do the same thing on the other one. I need some more heat shrinks. Suppose you've got a funny name for heat shrink too, do you? No?
Mom, Johnny's being mean.
Mom. Right, so I'm going to do my quick little twist on this one. I'll solder this up. I will solder this up, and then I should be right to plug it into the truck. And this should give you fellas a bit of a rough idea on how to make your own LEDs, etc., and so on.
Idea.
A lot of you guys. What? A lot of you guys seen that I did my own lights for the dashboard on the camel truck. Same principle. I did the same sort of thing. That was how I made the lights. Right, now I'll slide my heat shrink down. I don't know what you can see here. Right, heat shrink. Nothing. Can't see nothing. Heat these bad boys up, get them to grab that. Right, so we've now completed. I'm going to unplug that soldering on so I don't burn my face or part of my arm or something. That'd be crap. That would really be crap.
That is funny.
At least you do something interesting for once.
Are you right, mate? Are you bloody right? Right, I'll now move the camera up a bit. I'll move over that way a smidge. I'm going to move that stuff to the side. I didn't make too much mess, which was good. Sorry. Right. Clean up my crap. So what we just created was red LED brake light. We've called it a brake light. So the brake light runs through, then there is a resistor so that this brake light gets the right amount of power that it needs. That runs through to a receiver plug. Now, if I bring this truck up here, I'm going to undo the little box on the back. I'm going to unplug the little wire cable that I made myself. Now that wire cable I've actually made, as soon as the power wire comes off the receiver, it's split into two. And the one wire gets one resistor for the back, the other power wire gets the resistor for the front. So I will now unplug. That's my special little wire cable I made up. It looks a bit of a mess, but when it's hidden in a receiver box, it doesn't matter. Now, I've made it so you can't cock it up. See that? Female plug, male plug. The front has a male plug, the back has a female plug on the body. Can't cock it up. Anywho, so now I'm going to plug in our little light. Not sure if I can have this sitting so that we can see. That could work. Right. Now this is either going to work and you're all going to go, ooh, or I'll plug it in, turn the car on, and something will go pop and you go, what a dick. Yeah, exactly right. Make sure, prime example there, make sure you're paying attention when you plug stuff in. Put it in the correct way. Right, so now, if I still got that, where did I put the controller for this truck? Yep, still turned on. Ta-da! Ooh! So, that's how you make lights work. Now, you were saying before about, why don't you just buy a light kit? They're bulky. You got a box like this, you got to try and find room for. When you got a truck, you know yourself, that's this scale, full interior, there's not a whole lot of room for boxes of crap that you don't need. So doing it this way, it plugs in off your receiver. It uses bugger all power. So don't go thinking this is going to drain the shit out of your battery, because it won't. It uses bugger all power, and it's nice and tidy. There is options. I've got some stuff here somewhere. There is options to hide all these wires. Now I'm going to use some on my servo lead, because the other wires are black, so that's brilliant. This kind of stuff. Have you seen this before, Ryan?
Braided sleeving. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. For those of you playing at home, this stuff is reasonably cheap, and it really helps tidy up your wiring. I don't know. I'll cut a short length. I'll be able to use it somewhere. How long was that wire? That'll roughly do.
You're gonna see the wiring on my truck whenever I bring it over, and you'll be like, I'm redoing that.
Should I make a trip down the road and get some supplies? Now this stuff, you can see that.
I'm talking about the lights. What?
You can see the LED inside it, right? You just keep threading it on. Yep. And that will keep working its way down the wire. This stuff's brilliant. Keep working it on. Nearly done. Right. That's what it looks like. Bit tighter, isn't it? So, for the sake of an extra couple of bucks, we've just tidied up that whole wire. You can't see that it's a red and black in there, and it's all nice and tidy. So that way, when you look underneath the truck, all you see is a bit of that magic. How was that little demonstration? Hey, was that good?
Now is that stuff big enough to fit, say, your servo wires and all that through to kind of hide it?
Comes in numerous sizes. I just have a big piece here somewhere. That's what I was looking for before. Here we go. This stuff. So, I mean, geez, you could fit a bloody car battery cable through that. I use this bigger stuff if I've got, like on this truck, I've got the motor wires, the servo, whatever else. I will use stuff like this to have a heap of it in there and run this if I can, either along the chassis rail or up under the interior of the truck. That way is one thing, and it helps protect your wires. All of a sudden, this live feed seems pretty informational.
And lacking viewers.
That's okay. I don't mind. It's all about quality, not quantity. Don't you hate when you go to pick up your coffee and it's empty? Anyway, so that's that. That's how we make the LEDs work. Later on, after this feed, I will deconstruct all of this so that I can use the resistor later. But that's how you make that work. Actually, what I may do is change the globe to a different one and put this up in the top of the truck for a interior light.
Daddy's watching now.
Papa's watching. Hey, Father. Luke's come back. Chris has come back. So, is there any questions? Sorry.
How many people are you seeing as viewing?
Mine's been up and down like a yo-yo. It's gone anywhere from 5 to 20.
Mine's been stuck on 5.
Probably just the Facebook thing, mate. Facebook's known for being a big crap with this sort of stuff. Here's another little tip for you. When you put your electrics in your receiver box, don't try not to bend the ends of these wires and such too much. Try and have them a little bit straight if you can, because that way you're not going to wreck them. In saying that now, I'm going to make an absolute sham of this, trying to put it all back together. Another little tip too, if where your wires go in and out of your receiver box, a little bit of Vaseline or marine grease will do. A little bit of Vaseline, smidge in there, and then when you put the top of your box back down on it, if I can do this, come on. When you put the top of your box back down on it, it sort of makes a waterproof seal. You can actually run the Vaseline around the outside edge of the receiver box as well. Why Vaseline? Because it pushes water away from it. That's why. How's that for a tip, Ryan? You'd pay money for tips like that. Don't you think? You don't think?
Nah.
Nah. Crap tips, mate. Stop giving tips that crap. So I'm going to plug this. I'm going to screw this back in. Maybe if we started talking about Ryan more, maybe if we started talking about Ryan more, we'll join in. Righto! Welcome to the hour of talking about Ryan. So, Cindy, have you got any embarrassing childhood memories that you can share with us?
All right, I gotta go.
I think it's pretty cool, mate. I think it's pretty cool that your mum and your dad join in to watch these things. It's good stuff. Lovely. Right. So that's back together. What did everyone think of the solderings? Was it good information, or was it shite?
Solder.
Solder. Anyway, do you want to see something cool? You don't? Okay. Let me just fix up this camera. Dennis, let's smack talk Ryan. This is brilliant. Love it. Because that's what I would have said. I'm going to show something cool anyway. Something turned up in the mail today, lads.
Oh, boy.
You ready?
Oh, a grill.
Huh? Barbecue.
Grill.
Now every American's going, barbecue's a type of food you eat. In Australia, barbecue is a device used to cook food. Hang on. I mean,
It's the grill off.
This isn't a gas barbecue, but I could soon knock it up so that hangs off the side.
Is it metal?
Yes, Ryan. And then we have a little.
Do your wheels turn?
Yes, they do. All 4 of them. Bear with me. So this has turned into a barbecue off. There's a little grill plate. I was a bit, I was a
Does
bit
yours
excited.
have does yours have a gas line?
I've got a gas line on my other little gas cooker. This is ridiculous. Scale stuff is just stupid, isn't it?
Do you have an extra propane tank?
I know I do here somewhere. I'm going to go with yes, but I don't know where it is. So anyway, that turned up today, which is cool.
Just like you said to me the other day. I'm American. I'll just dump some gas on it.
That's what you do. You just dump a heap of gas on it, whoosh, and then throw some meat on it. I also had some of these turn up this week.
Shut up,
This
Dad.
is a for those that don't know, this is a little fold-out beach chair. Come on, that's cool. How can you shake your head at that? That's cool.
Here, I got a jar full of scale wood.
Yeah, but you can cut that off a tree. You just go out there and just go snip, 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 cut it off, and then you got scale wood.
But that takes
Don't
effort.
rain on my parade. So I think, is there any? Sorry, mate.
Nothing.
Our viewer count's picked up since we started having a SCART accessory off. How does that work? We sit down and do proper information on how to solder and all this, and the viewer count goes. We start faffing about with SCART accessories. People are like, oh, SCART accessories, I'll watch that.
Yeah, because we're talking about the cool stuff now.
SCART accessories are cool. Is there anything anyone wants to see? Because I think I'm pretty much done what I actually want to achieve. I better do something for Tony Gutierrez. Just bear with me 1 second, all right? Tony will kill me if I don't show off the bumper. Have you seen my bumper?
No.
Oh, I love that bumper. Look at it. I love it. Do you like that bumper? And have you noticed? Look at me mud flaps. Do you like those? I like those. I really do quite like how this truck's come along. I need to get out and drive the bloody thing. And you know what I wish, Ryan? Do you know what I really wish? I wish I never used these camel decals because they perfectly match the paint on the truck, and I used them on this body.
That's what you get for slapping decals all over everything.
These decals came with a cheap Defender body I bought I bought Hannah ages ago, and I was so tempted to go and buy the body again just for these decals. I don't need the body, don't want the body, I just want the decals from it. But now I've ordered the sheet, I think we'll match it pretty well. That bumper though, look at it. Oh.
Here's a good scale accessory for everyone to see. You always got to have your scale RC car.
Hate you, man. Where's mine? Got yourself the orange one. Hey, got yourself the cool orange one. You got me a little bloody D90. I've got a D110.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
But I want the D110.
If I can't find another one, I'll bring it to you.
So obviously I'm going to weather this truck. Would anyone like to see a live feed of me doing some of it while I do it? Might be boring as crap. I'm going to do it a bit different, I think, to how I did other stuff I've done. I'm still going to use the same things. It's just because that's already painted and it's nice and whatever else, I have to do it differently. I've got to approach it differently. Once it's all done, I'm going to hit it with flat clear, I think. I might not. I might leave it dry and dusty. Either that or I'm just going to go, and that's it. Just a smidge. So I think I'm going to do a feed where my brain says, mist it with water. I'm going to grind up some bloody weather and dust, put it on, and then I'm going to start dabbing it around. It's going to be dark muddy colour around the bottom. I'm going to do the wheels too. I have got some G-made metal wheels coming, which should be heavy as crap. They're coming. I've got a winch coming, a winch controller. Brian, I want to know if the TRX 1490 stuff will fit the extra speed. Look, do what I did. Buy stuff that's built for the truck. I looked at a window guard kit a while ago that was made for trucks. Actually, it was made for that cheap Defender body I bought. That was the window guards, and I looked at should I buy those or whatever else, and it was nah. Buy the stuff that's made for it. With the bumpers and stuff, Brian, they're totally different mounting setups. Like the rear bumper on this truck, screw, 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 screw. Whereas your TRX4, I can take the body off that. You have to excuse the dust on this thing. It's
just listening, Chris.
Simple mount posts to mount these bumpers on. Look, if you wanted to fabricate something, you could do it. There's no two ways about it. If you had two of these stalks from like the air racing bumpers, and you made a little flat plate with the holes, the right width of what the bumpers are. Here's some I prepared earlier. That's the original front bumper of this truck. If you had a little plate, you know, the holes were the right width, you could probably do it. It's going to be an issue with that one. But yeah, you could do it. It's just a bit of faffing about how much effort you want to put into it. Jeez, that thing's heavy. I think I'm going to take a truck out this afternoon.
Oh, I can talk now. Wow. Sweet.
You can always talk.
Hey, Chris is the one saying it, not me.
Listen here, Chris. This is for Brian, because Brian's listening and paying attention. He's being a good student. That's the rear bumper, mate. Give you a bit of an idea of the sort of mounts it's got. Something to note with extra speed bumpers, they have slots for the rear of the body. The body has pegs on it that go into these. On the factory one, it fits perfect. On the aftermarket bumpers, not so perfect. I'm not sure if these holes are, I think they're actually smaller rings. So I trimmed the top half of mine off on either side, and the one that goes in the middle, I've ran my X-Acto blade around it a few times just to make the hole a bit bigger. And a bit perfect. So that's the sort of stuff you've got to do to make stuff fit in it. I did have someone messaged me the other day about wanting to buy these bumpers because they want them for something. I can't remember who it was. I'm going to suss out if RC Mark saw those separately. I can't remember. Tony Gutierrez is watching. You missed the bumper. You're going to have to go back and watch it. Here, Tony. I say if you're going back, mate, there's the bumper.
No.
Come on. It is a nice bumper. Actually, here's a good... I'll take the battery out. I want to see which is heavier. Now, you all know I put a lot of brass underneath this truck. That battery's actually reasonably weighty. I'll take the battery out of this one too. Which one do you reckon's heavier?
Brass on there?
Eh?
You put brass on there? Brass?
Brass. I put some brass on it. brass. Ryan, I put
You
some
better not.
brass on it.
You better not take that to no Sorka event because you'll have to paint it.
Well, comes painting. So
Then you luck out.
I've put a lot of brass on this truck. Which one do you reckon is going to be heavier?
The extra speed.
It's man, it's close. There's not much
Well,
in there.
which arm's stronger?
They're both the same. Don't be dirty, Ryan. I'd tell you what. I'd say they're about the same. They're the same weight. I've added a pound to this thing in brass. So, oh, fingers. This thing with its stock, obviously this stock, heaps less than that. Heaps less than the extra speed truck.
Bad Brian. Bad Brian.
What's Brian saying now? Double pumper. Don't be dirty, man. Your balls are terrible. What I could have done while I was sitting here. That's all right. I've got to cover this with that braided stuff. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this wire from the servo about here, and then I'm going to make my own black wires that go all the way to the end. Yeah, that's why I bought this. So, and a little tip: if you want to cut and shut your wires and do this, resolder this back on the end. Don't pull these out and change it all to black. That's done. Leave yourself about much on the end, so that way you can go, I know which way it plugs in. Because not all servo plugs have that little extra notch on the side. This one doesn't. So top tip there, free. Free is good. So yeah, I don't think I've got anything else to do. We've been running on empty for quite some time.
Yeah, my fingers hurt from making straps, so I'm done too.
Actually, someone did ask me, Christian Oliver asked me a little while back. He said, I wonder if the extra speed body would fit on here. My only concern is that's got a full interior in it, and this has got body pegs in it. I'll take the rear body pegs out, and I'll see if I can sit it down. This is for Christian Oliver's benefit. If anyone would like to complain, send a nasty email to Christian Oliver at whatever his email address is. I probably should know, but I don't remember this stuff. I'm just going to quickly undo these two bolts and see. I mean, obviously, it's going to be difficult because TRX4's got a whole lot of crap just here. If you relocated your battery or used a tiny one in the back, perhaps, I don't know. It's just going to, this is for interest sakes. Brian Potts, he's going to make, I'll make you the interior for the Mog Ride. What Mog?
There is no mug.
So where did that come from, Ron? Is there a secret hidden truck that we have not heard about?
There is no mug.
Well, where's Brian getting his information, mate? Because he seems to think there is.
Because he wanted me to get a mug.
Oh, did he? Don't you like any mogs?
Nah, they're okay.
Just got to swing the spare tire out of the way. So once I do this, this will probably be the end of the feed, I reckon.
Should do my excited gift.
If anyone has suggestions for stuff for future feeds, we like suggestions here, don't we, Ryan?
Sure.
Man, you're difficult.
I know.
Ugh. But your wheelbase, I'd say it's exactly the same. The body will fit, just if you want it to look proper, you'd have to put the bigger bolt-on flares on it.
Chassis and all that too wide with the wheels and tires.
Yeah, it's definitely wider than the other one. And keep in mind too, I'm running thinner tyres on the TRX4 than what it comes out with. A lot thinner. But you could do it. If you didn't care about having an interior, it'd be really easy. I think, because I think there's plenty of heaps of room. So, to answer Chris Oliver's question, you could do it. You just got to change the flares and not have an interior to make it work easy. Yeah, even the back will clear it. The back little tub of the hard body, that'll clear it. So it gives you an idea of how much it's got to come down. By the time you get rid of the interior, that'll drop straight down on there. You can put some small scale wheels on it, and you would have a good looking setup. Or you could just buy the Sentinel chassis with the V8. So cool. I've been
If Luke didn't buy the last one.
There's got to be more, mate. Have you checked the stock numbers?
There was one in stock.
No. I'll have a chit chat with some people I know and see how quick we can get them in. Yeah. So that's about her then.
Yeah, Brian, you ain't lying. That does look like a short bus. That suits Johnny just perfectly.
No, it looks like a proper camel truck, which is how it should
Short
look.
bus.
I'm also going to put one of these plastic rims, which I've painted up all parody dark, on the back of the truck as a spare. Keeping up, mate. All right, well, that'll about do it then, I reckon. We've covered some soldering. I can't remember if there's anything else we're going to talk about. Showed off a bit more of the chassis for you boys that want one. Now you got to fight over who gets theirs first.
Get your straps.
Yep, need to make more, mate.
Yeah, I got a lot more to make. Don't worry.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Ryan.
Thanks for having me again. It was fun.
You sound so excited, don't you? Thanks for having me. Hey, all. That's good.
Here we go.
Okay, everyone. That's going to be a wrap for this one. I know. Oh, no, it wasn't riveting. There was no cool stuff or anything like that. But they can't all be fancy. Look at all this new stuff I got because stuff's expensive.
Hey, don't be taking my move there.
You what?
Don't be taking my moves there. You just went.
No. I went like, oh, it's expensive. Where'd you go? Okay.
I won't forget, Luke.
We'll see you then. We'll see you on the next one. Let us know what you want to see. Yeah. Tony mentioned the idea of a challenge. See how many trucks can drive up this bloody steepy thingy. Do we wait till you're here and we do that? Because then we can put your.
I was just gonna say, why don't we wait until I get there and do a live feed out in the wild? We can do a live feed in the bush.
Why does everything you say sound dodgy?
Why is your mind in the gutter?
Because I know you. All right. We'll see you on the next one. Give us some suggestions of stuff you want to see. And say goodbye, Ryan. Bye.
Goodbye, Ryan.
See yous.